Nigerians, President Tinubu must not see this video because wetin this reverend, this man of God, just expose for inside this particular video. I no go lie make President Tinubu hear am. The whole truth don finally come out. The whole truth don finally come out about the Muslim ticket. See, make una lis ten because I don finally see the reason why very dark man, dark boy, talk say na only fool na go vote for APC 2027, and why Peter Obi talk say make Tinubu resign. Make una come hear this man of God, this reverend, im own reaction about the happenings in this country and the Muslim ticket update wey dey trend. And make una share the video.
So for him to say we are infidels is absolutely wrong for him. It's an ignorance. He's an ignoramus. He doesn't understand what Islam says. Whatever he has said is hate speech. Gumi and somebody else, the person who is now in trouble in Kaduna, the former governor, have made some speeches like that before. But unfortunately, nobody arrested them. Now he's making this speech again. It's unfortunate that our country is just negligent about those who make careless speech, and that cannot be acceptable.
Mm-hmm. Why do you allow them to keep propelling this concept of calling certain people infidels because they don't believe or align with whatever?
That's what I'm saying, that it's ignorance. Who are infidels? We? Chosen people of God? I mean, he doesn't know what he's saying. Even among the Muslims, when I was in the north, do you know that people who are Ahmadiyya people, who are Yoruba people who are Muslims, are not accepted as real Muslims? Even Tinubu himself, who is the president now, who know that he cannot even lead the northern Muslims in prayer. They call them as infidels. No Yoruba person that is Ahmadiyya can lead the Muslim prayer. Even the smallest Hausa Muslim can now lead the prayers. So if you call yourselves and have a vision of people who are called infidels, is it we that came and then introduced this one God to your founder that you are now saying we're infidels?
With your knowledge, why the segregation, the Yoruba Muslim and the Hausa Muslim, which the Yoruba Muslim can't even, be in order?
Yes.
Or,
leading prayers. Well, because they see them as people who are inferior. They don't accept them as people who are real Muslims. So even the president knows that himself cannot be accepted as real Muslims, as a Muslim. So it is unfortunate, but the thing there is that we ourselves who are Christians must prove ourselves to people who are not infidels by the way we live and our character, and prove that we are more superior.
Right. Now, one of the major remarks that has drawn criticism is the fact that numbers are being referenced in this conversation. Numbers should be used to retain a Muslim ticket to continue this dominance. And lots of Nigerians are seeing that to mean that that Nigeria has been dominated, that Nigeria is now Islamized. And that is, according to one of the commentators yesterday, that is what Sheikh Jingir has said. What he's alleging and alluding is that they have to continue to maintain their hold and domination of Nigeria that they have already won. Is there an attempt, in your view, to Islamize this country, or has this country already been Islamized by way of a Muslim ticket?
Sheikh Sani Jingri, I think, again, is very much ignorant about the population of Christian Muslims. Unfortunately, he don't quote any statistics. But you will quite much understand that most of these claims are just personal and superfluous, in the sense that they forget that Christians, as we are people who tolerate a lot. If all of us will begin to be violent to say these are right, then Nigeria will be in trouble. But unfortunately, we find that we are people who are somehow tolerant. We don't win war by being violent, but we should not be taken for granted. The thing there is that Christians should not be taken for granted because of this issue. If statistics will be taken, I don't think that claim can be right. Go around the whole Nigeria and see how many churches and Christians all over the whole place. Even in the north, not all Muslims, not all Christians, not all Muslims, not all Hausas are Muslims. We have many of them Christians, the Ekwa, the Kokin, and so on and so forth. So you find that his claim has no basis at all. But as far as I'm concerned, Nigeria is a secular nation. And being a secular nation, therefore, it will be wrong for anybody to allude the leadership of this country to one religion. And it's because we are tolerant. But I think time has come that if care is not taken, there will be a sort of way of saying enough is enough. But we are trying to take it easy and find out how we can really ameliorate this problems of discrimination by having dialogue. And that's what religion is for. There must be dialogue about it. But if they take us for granted, time will come that many of us will reject that claim. I want to give an example. When I was in Bauchi as Bishop and Chairman Khan, this claim was being done and being said about Muslims being more than Christians. And they burnt our church in 1991. And to demonstrate to them that we are very more relevant, I ordered all Christians to close the markets. For 3 days, markets were closed in Bauchi, and Bauchi was like a ghost town. Until Babangida and Komu had to appeal to me to please allow peace to reign. The DSS came and they said, look, I cannot allow this type of nonsense. And I went to the MS Palace with Christians, marched on the road and said, we're giving you the last warning. Don't ever claim that you are more than us and burn our churches again. That the day you will burn our churches again, I will make sure that I bring out Ogunigwe and destroy the MS Palace.
Muslim ticket. Is it consequential or is it just another...
It is a matter of selfishness and not considering others. As far as I'm concerned, Nigeria belongs to all of us. Unfortunately, I must say this. We're talking about Muslims. How about other states in Nigeria where you have only one denomination dominating the government? Roman Catholic, or Anglican, or Pentecostal. It is not balanced. So it's unfortunate. But the thing that if you are accusing people of Muslims, how about we who are Christians? Are we not discriminating against ourselves? How do you balance the issue of a Roman Catholic or a Catholic person being a governor? The deputy must be an Anglican or Protestant. It's not balanced. All these are problems and error because all of us pay tax, belong to this country, and we must be given that due respect and recognition. Unfortunately, what happened during the time of Abiola was because people look at them as people of integrity, like Abiola was the person of integrity that can rule this nation. So we overlooked that of himself and Bagana King Kibe. But let me tell you, that was a very different issue. Okay? And that's why in this coming politics, people should not look at whether you're a Muslim or Christian or this or that. We should talk about the personality of the person. Who are you? I don't care about which party you belong to. I don't care about what religion you profess. My own is that who are you? What are your antecedents? What's your integrity? What have you got to give to the people? If you see a Muslim that have something to offer, well, I don't see anything wrong in it. But if it's a matter of trying not to cheat others, I say no. As I'm concerned, it's a matter of performance. And that should not be taken for granted by Sheikh Jingri that they are more or they continue to move like that. A time will come when, if this continues, I will know that it is not a matter of considering others. Then we revolt. And that's why I'm sorry that the leadership of Khan also have a lot to do. If I'm a leader of Khan in Nigeria, and this about things happen, I will ask all Christians to close down this country and protest. But people are afraid, and people are just being nonchalant about it. I did it in Bauchi, and I knew what I got from that. Even when you are choosing commissioners and you don't have Christians in your cabinet, I revolted against it, and I got my share.
Grace, let's take it back to 1993, MK Abiola and Babagana Kingibe. You know, apparently from notes and conversations, it was still to please the North, which is dominated by Muslims. Do you think that strategy and litmus test of yesteryears was the same thing
it cannot stand now again.
Used?
No.
And also, as Sheikh, Yahaya Jingre, I beg your pardon, is also alluding that the dominance of the Muslim, you know, don't you see a pattern playing out here of what happened yesteryears and pleasing some certain region or quarters in the country just to attain political position?
Sentimentality. It's a matter of sentiment now, of selfish desire and achievement. What happened in this issue was because the president was feeling that if he was going to win this election, he must plead the Muslims in the north. And he was taken for granted because the wife is a Christian. And unfortunately, the wife is a member of Redeem. And even the head of Redeem Church, Adeboye, has not been speaking out about what's happening in Nigeria. That's unfortunate.
But his pastors are saying that he's been speaking or not following up.
Why shouldn't he, as a recognized person whose member is a pastor in Redeem Church, wife of the president, be able to fight for Christians to say, Mr. President, this is not fair? Because those people say, okay, after the wife of the president is a Christian. But as I'm concerned, that which happened at that time with Abiola and Kingibe cannot be the same now. But to find out what's happening now is playing selfish attitude of the president to make sure. And that's why some of the Northerners who are Christians are revolting. And they're not happy about it. You know, there was a rumor that if the vice president gives way, or probably after for 2027, that a Christian vice president will be chosen. They killed it. There was a very strong rumor for him to balance.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because the president is afraid, he was also threatened by some other Muslims. So he is not firm and very courageous that having a very northern Christian will play out for him. But I'm saying that all these things are political selfishness and trying to make sure that he have his way.
Your Grace.
Yeah.
Christians in Nigeria are provoked. They have been provoked by being referred to as infidels. They are provoked that they feel as if they are trying to be, someone is trying to make it look as if they are outnumbered, and Nigeria is not a diverse country. Christians are provoked that they are not seeing action being taken against people that have made utterances that are being perceived as being extreme. The bigots. Christians are unhappy. Christians are looking for action. What should Christians do when they feel provoked by certain comments? What can Christians do and religious leaders like yourself?
See, what's happening is selective negligence. When a Muslim person speaks, you overlook it, even when they steal and embezzle. But when a Christian is involved, there's wahala. Now I'm saying that it's unfortunate. I've retired, and that's why I was keeping quiet. If I was still in office, I would mobilize. And that's why I will speak to the Christian president of Kanu, because many times, many of our leaders have compromised. What stops our Christian leaders coming together and making it? Northern Christians are more serious than the Southern Christians. When we're in the northern part of Nigeria, we are more serious, devoted to the faith than those in the south here, because we have not seen challenges. What stops the Christian leaders coming together and making a statement that will threaten the government of Nigeria to say, look, enough is enough? But you find that we are divided. Roman Catholic bishops will speak their own. Pentecostal will say their own. We have 5 groups in Kanu: the Catholic Church, the CCN, which is Christian Council of Nigeria, the ECWA, and also the OIC. What stops this group in Kanu meeting together and deciding how to really shake Nigeria to let them know that we're not infidels? For me, you can't make that statement for me and I'll take you for granted. It is not right, because we are the chosen people of God. We know where we belong to. We know who we are.
Your
But
Grace.
unfortunately, we have taken too many things for granted, and all that we need to do now, people say, well, let us pray. But prayer without action cannot work.
And that is the problem. It has gotten to the point where an individual can come out and say, infidels can come out and say they came third, or this person came third, which many Nigerians believe he's referring to the P2B, the now NDC candidate, in the remarks made by Sheikh Jingir. And also another person can come out and say non-Muslims should be enslaved, according to, these are the utterances that people are making, and Nigerians are calling for arrests. They've not seen arrests. It's already been 2 days after, and not much has changed. What exactly can we do as Nigeria to ensure that we do not tilt into the trajectory that we're currently getting to?
Why is Kanu being arrested and imprisoned? Why is Kanu being arrested and imprisoned? That's selecting negligence. Whereas many Muslims are making some statements that are very dangerous, that are terroric, and can cause a lot of problems in Nigeria. Nobody has arrested them. This is what I mean. But unfortunately, the Muslims have gotten their place as in the Bible. They are children of Ishmael. And Ishmael is a slave. That is why Muslims should be very much sorry for themselves. Go to the mosque. They sit on the floor. Who is an infidel? Somebody who sits on the floor to pray. Now, Mr. President, Buhari have devoted time that, okay, either because of age or because of their waist, they will now put a chair for him in the mosque, which is not Islamic. You sit on the floor. The vice president sits on the floor when he goes to the mosque. Doesn't that make you a slave than the sonship? But we come to the church, we sit on the chair, sons of the living God. The sonship in us is enough to speak for us than being an infidel. They are the ones who are infidel. They should speak about themselves. How did they relate to the beginning of their existence for them to be sitting on the floor? The day they will stop sitting on the floor and sit on the chair, then we say that there are no more slaves. But if they call us infidel, they are slaves. But what I'm telling you now is, as far as I'm concerned, whatever has happened during P2B for thought is not really anything, because election definitely was known that to be rigged. There was a manipulation of election. It's because we are keeping quiet. They should not take our quietness for you see, there's going to be a revolution in this country. And I want to warn this country. By 2017, if you don't take time, we are going to see calamity and going to see serious problem for 2027. And again, not only that, it's Muslim. The president should stop Yorubanizing the positions of Nigeria. That's our Muslim. Every position now is being put in place for Yorubas. It's not only Muslim. And if you remove and now someone, an Igbo man, the next person, Yoruba, he should stop Yorubanizing Nigeria. Nigeria does not belong to Yorubas. It belongs to all of us. Nigeria does not belong to Muslims. It belongs to all of us. This country is one Nigeria. I would say one Nigeria, and that one Nigeria must maintain unity and peace and brotherhood and everything that we sing in national anthem.
Great points.
Do you think President Tinubu is surrounded by
Sycophants? Yes, he is. That's why many of them make statements and he doesn't make any speech to counter them. As I said, when I sent my successor to speak last time, and he's made it quite clear. They're fighting for their stomach integrity. They're speaking for their own to maintain their positions. But they're not helping him. You see, that's why it is important that when this type of speech is being made to destroy Nigeria, there should be a speech from Onanuga, whatever they call him.
Bayo Onanuga.
Should also be able to condemn it and speak out to say, no, we don't accept it because this can cause corruption.
The statement he published was from Temitope Ajayi on his X page, calling out the Catholic bishops for going ahead to, one of them, Cardinal Naika, for going ahead to disclose. That was the last statement on the matter, and of course the SGF...
That's why I said that. SGF did what?
The FGF came out and said that the presidency is ready to form a meaningful collaboration with the Catholic bishop and other faith-based organizations to advance national development. That's what Senator George Akume...
If that is the case, therefore, then nobody should now discriminate and say some people are infidels. If you want that to happen, they should caution those who are making that statement and say we're infidels.
Now, some of the Muslims have distanced themselves from the remarks made by Sheikh Jingir.
Okay. Thank you for watching that video. So, guys, before you leave, look at it down here. Do well to subscribe and also put on your notification bell so that whenever we upload any video in this great platform, you will be the first to see it. And please don't forget to drop your comment at the comment section what you think about this video, your opinion as well. See guys, this is where I'm going to end the video, and I will see you guys